Hello there, everyone! My name is Oversoul, this is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome back to what remains of Edith Finch. This may be the last episode, but there's also a good chance that it may not. It really depends on how long these other people's stories take. I'm assuming if this isn't the last one, then the one after this will be, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Present day you knows, but past me, which is present me to current
Instead of
me,
hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
doesn't know. Okay, Sam... Yeah, but, is that why he died in the end, though? Because he decided that he was going to do the rough and tough stuff and get himself all right in the midst of it. Everybody else was paranoid and hiding. How do I do the thinging again? Okay, I can't go that way. Aha! Always a secret passage, never the traditional route. In this game, no sir.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Well, I mean, I can imagine. Edie would be Sam's husband, right? And your mom would be Sam's daughter? Or no? Am I getting this family tree confused again? Hold on, let me look. Let's see. Who is Sam? Okay, Sam is right there. But Sam is what to who now? Who was his daughter? Was his daughter Dawn? Yeah, Dawn is the mother of Edith, right? Okay, so... yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Okay, yeah, Walter was Edie's father. Okay, he's the original Finch. Odin. Odin is the... sorry, not Walter. Odin. Odin is the original Finch. Odin is the OG Finch, as they say. Okay. Alright. What are these documentals? Divorce contract? What?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Well, that's creepy. I mean, that is what children do, but... oh!
He just saw things the rest of us don't.
I hope I'm doing this right. Oh, okay. Oh god, this is gonna suck, because this is the 1-year-old, isn't it? The 1-year-old died? Oh shit.
Gregory, it's time to... hold on, sweetie.
Yeah, hold on, let me look. Don't I remember there being... Gregory, 1976 to 1977. Yep, this is... oh my god, I'm not ready for this.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
What the hell? I'm gonna just knock all these letters in the water if I can. Because reasons. Woohoo! Boing. Oh! Ha! I got a trophy for that! I wasn't expecting that. But nice bonus. Woohoo!
You reminded me so much
well,
of him.
At least this part gets to be fun before we die.
Lost in his imagination.
This kid probably drowned in the tub because the mom wasn't paying attention. I blame the mom. Boy. Okay. Whatever it was, he saw what? Are we missing something here? Oh. I guess we needed the whale. Oh, I see. I see what they want me to do. Woohoo!
But I worried about a baby being too happy.
I mean, yeah.
I feel him slipping away.
Children should be happy.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
Oh.
I know you did everything you could.
Okay, so he didn't drown then.
Called that night.
Damn it.
Oh. Is it worse than
I
drowning?
don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish she could have told us
Oh.
about the world we saw.
Oh, so it is drowning. Okay, in no reality does a bathtub fill up that quickly. I call bullshit.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything.
Oh, man. This game hits you so hard right in the feels.
What
Ugh.
happened wasn't your fault.
Don't get me wrong, I like it, but damn. At least it's not like right in your face.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
That's not so much a curse
Sam.
as that's not so much a curse as it is just bad parenting. What the fuck? Oh my god, can you imagine what the poor mother went through though? Like once she realized the mistake she made. Heavy heart is heavy. Okay, let's close that up and move on to something a little less depressing, maybe. Who am I kidding? This whole game is fucking depressing, but some of it a little less more so than others. Do I climb up here? I do. Okay,
My
fine.
mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Oh, now whose room am I in?
I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta. Where
Oh,
she met my dad,
Is this
Sanjay.
like her mom's private space up here? Well, okay, so down the pole then. Whee! Come on. There we go. Alright, well that still doesn't answer my question about an alternate path, though. Oh. Oh.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
I guess I was missing
Our
something.
father never hit
Okay.
us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, cool. I can hit the letters with the kite. Whee! That's so cool. Uh-huh.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Okay, so I have to run into the letters to turn them right so that the story can
I
continue.
tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband
Okay.
and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So this was a wedding. Wow, what a shitty day to have a wedding. My god. Look at that, it's awful outside. Okay, so what am I doing besides ruining your wedding with my kite? Oh, okay, there's stuff here.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ha! He said, fuck your pictures. I feel you, man. I don't like taking photos either.
The wind picked up and panicked geese
Says the
appeared
guy
as he
who's
went.
on a face cam right
But all
now.
the
This
humans
is
did
different.
That day was go inside the tent.
I insist that this is different. So, This guy died because he flew a kite on a stormy day, right? This is pretty predictable, I'm telling you. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, okay. I'm making, again, okay, so now I am making a mess of the
Rain
wedding.
came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Nature is destroying it. Also, this game suddenly turned into Flower, but with debris. Yep. Woohoo!
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Your father's a fucking stupid. He, was willing to endanger everyone for the sake of this wedding? Out here in this nasty storm? Oh, shit. Well. Oh. Okay.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone. Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Huh. Okay, so what exactly happened, though?
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh, okay. Well. I still don't know what exactly happened there, though. That kid had some attitude, though. I can tell you that much. Ah, here we go.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh, here we go. Let's see, we got... Oh, these are... Everybody had their own flower bed? Is that what that is? Flower bed for to grow your plants of choosing?
The house had
Very
to get
nice.
a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Okay. Let's go in.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
What, were you guys, like, homeschooled? In a tree? Like Tarzan, but with some, you know, some accommodations. Okay.
But it didn't last.
Oh!
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Hello?
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Can I go into this room full of paintings? Because I'm thinking, I'm thinking that the, oh no, wait. Milton was the... I already got Milton, right? He was the one underground? No, I don't have Milton yet. Okay, I need to get in there. Ah, here we go. Excuse you. Thank you. It's not like I didn't want to go in here or anything. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I see. Somebody's been working on developing Bendy and the Ink Machine. Okay. I'm assuming I take this up. Yep. Milton! You are another child who died. Man, this family is just full of dead children. It's full of dead everyone. But...
Milton Finch and
Children!
the magic paintbrush.
Okay. Yeah, let's... It's a flip book, right? Yeah, there we go. Flip books are... I remember getting these as a kid. They're so cool. Or they were at the time. I mean, they're still kind of cool. Man, props to the... Basically, flip books is a mini version of how they made drawn cartoons back in the day. It's sad that Disney shut down their 2D animation studio, because, you know, the 3D stuff, the computer-generated stuff is great, but it will never match the, that of a 2D.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Milton disappeared, so you don't know what he actually looked like, so you just drew him the way he looks in that flip book, huh? Wow. Huh. Well, there's only 2 more. Wait, I guess we might as well just push forward to the end. It can't be that much left. That one was really short. Also, I have no idea what it was trying to convey to me there, but good on them anyways, huh? Alright, back down then.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I guess the reason that it can't tell, it didn't really have a clear vision of what happened is because there is no clear vision of what happened. He just disappeared, and nobody knows how, when, why, or where.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What do you mean, whatever he found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out? That's a strange thing to say all of a sudden. Are you going somewhere with this? Do I need to backtrack? Am I done here? Ah, there is an upstairs. Okay. I didn't see that before. And now I have. And I'm assuming this is where I go. Boy, this shit's so rickety.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but
who the hell
I
builds
think
something
Lewis
like
blamed
this?
himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room.
That shit
Until
don't look
Mom got
safe
a job
at
at
all.
the cannery.
Like, if they... For a family that's worried about death, they sure didn't put a lot of work into fortifying this raggedy mess up here. Okay. Ebba. I'm gonna go up here first. Because I'm assuming if I go in here, this is gonna be someone else's memory, right? Why am I asking you? You don't know. Or you might. You might know. Perhaps you've seen this before watching me. Well, this is a stoner's den.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
You mean the, lingering stench of pot? Let's see, giant hookah, neon, pot leaf, poster that says legalize marijuana, super trippy neon blacklight in, posters, a bowl, like a bowl you smoke out of, a vape pen, a bowl with weed in it, an ashtray with what I can only assume is a half-smoked joint, and classic video games. Yep, this guy has all the stoner stuff.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Well, then he was obviously smoking too much then, if he was that bad. Alright, what do we got here? Open. Oh. Yeah. Ah.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
They put him in treatment for... Oh, Jesus.
He kept
Careful
working
not
at the
to cut.
cannery.
So we
But he
gotta
withdrew part of himself.
chop these fish's hands off.
In our sessions, I saw the
Fishes,
same
okay.
behavior.
Really? Substance
His
abuse for
mind began
marijuana?
to-
That's just pushing a stupid agenda. Now, to be
Wonder.
fair, if he was going to work high off his ass, that's
I
a
asked him
problem.
to describe it.
But I don't give a fuck what you do in your spare
He
time.
said
That's
he
not my
started
business.
small,
Shouldn't be anyone else's either.
imagining a labyrinth.
But
He'd feel his way about.
that's we won't get into that right now.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
So, as you can see, I'm actually doing two things at once here. I'm using the left stick to move him around this little dungeon area as I look at the dungeon. And that's the only part I'm really paying attention to. However, out of my peripheral, I can always
He
see
knew
when
it
a
was all
fish
in his
comes.
head.
And all I have to do is,
But he took
use-
it very seriously.
use the right stick to just grab the fish and move it over, and then slice its head and push it over, as I'm also doing the walking around. And you'd be surprised how easy it is to actually do both at once, which is what I think the developer was trying to convey here, is how your subconscious mind works, you know? It's actually a really nifty trick.
Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new
there
Lewis. So I let him go on.
God, I couldn't imagine doing this for a living, though. I hate repetitive, mundane, tedious bullshit.
I even encouraged.
I once had a job packing medicine at a factory, and it was like the worst thing I've ever had to do. I tried to make it better by pretending it was a Mario Party minigame, but that only worked for so long.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia.
Lewis-topia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
He was into video games and weed. He wasn't hurting nothing.
And he made musicians.
What's the problem? And he was doing good at his job. This bitch is just trying to psychoanalyze somebody who likes fantasy stuff. That's some bullshit.
And songs for them.
That's some stereotyping bullshit.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
Shit, I'd be daydreaming too if I had to do this stupid ass crap.
His imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
Because he's good at his job.
That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't know that to begin with, though? What do you mean one day it struck him? He should have already known that.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
That's some Super Mario World stuff right there, that flag.
Already wandering.
Uh-huh.
It became a game for him.
Oh. And now we're playing Civilization, right? I wouldn't know, I haven't played it.
Conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Oh, okay, it is Civilization then.
New Louisville.
So he was into isometric RPGs and
he started drifting away
RTS
from
games
reality.
apparently.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
What? Why would you
Even
forget
as his
to
mother
leave this
pleaded
place?
with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I am so confused. He couldn't possibly be that lost in his imagination that he just sits there.
He heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Okay, oh. I crashed. Boy, I drive this ship about as good as I did the one in Assassin's Creed 4.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents, yeah. Let's go for it, badass.
sinister serpents.
They're giving me choices here, why not? I don't think it affects anything, but why the hell not?
He followed the sound of her
Silver harp, why not?
silver harp.
Turns out she was a siren and she killed us. Okay, yeah.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
This is the one I mentioned in the first episode, by the way, that I remember somebody on the PlayStation Blogcast saying they played this part before. In like a demo.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Now seeing where it's at, all I can think is, if this was for a demo, why would they put a part so far into the game in a demo? Unless it was just the memory itself.
He was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He'd become a tyrant! I don't know. Chop the fishy. This game just gets weirder and weirder by the moment.
In the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Alright, so here's the thing. He might have had some issues differentiating reality from fantasy.
My imagination is as real as my body.
But it was not because of the weed.
It was hard to argue with him.
He had to have already had some kind of mental issue that causes that in the first place. Oh. Oh, is this the fish cannery? This place looks horrifying. Now we suddenly changed graphics and genres.
Began to forget the world we know.
Is that is that some kind of off-brand, like, gigantic handheld Nintendo system? It looks like the Wii U gamepad a little bit. Also, a bowl in your locker at work? Really, man? Okay. Now that is what I take issue with. You can do what you want, but then when you start doing this shit and your place of employment, that's a problem. Okay.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Is he coming up on himself? Well, also, why does this fish cannery look like a freaking scene from a horror movie?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Was he wearing a helmet? Oh. What, did he kill himself or what? Am I gonna... Hey, Lewis, buddy, you're not doing anything.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Did he just lose his mind and then ride a conveyor belt out a window to his death?
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Yup, me thinks that's about what happened. Oh, yes, sirree, Boba Fett. Mm-hmm.
Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him.
The wise Calico. Is that the name of a person, or was he taking advice from a cat? Kind of like Alice from Wonderland. Yes, thank you all my loyal subjects. So good of you to be here for me today. Yes, thank you, my faceless followers.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That ain't no crown. I'm gonna get my head chopped off. I'm gonna get my head chopped off. So, what did I'm just going to go out on a limb here and assume that he accidentally killed himself. Yep.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
So, what happened with him was he started not being able to differentiate reality from fantasy, and he ended up putting his head under that fish chopping machine and getting himself killed.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Okay. Well. Alright. I had to think about it for a minute, but I hope you guys don't mind, but we're just gonna go ahead and see if we can't finish this, because I'm gonna go out on a limb here, which is funny, because, you know, the family tree, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that we are pretty much about to hit the end.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Alright, so.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
I mean, they probably left because they
What
thought...
happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Oh boy. How far up here am I gonna go?
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, okay. I knew we were getting close to the end here. So is this last night gonna cover Edith and Dawn all in one? Or did I somehow miss Dawn? Can you even miss any of them in this? I didn't think that was possible. It's linear, isn't it? Well, I did almost miss Gus. Shit. I think I might have missed Dawn's.
That whole last day,
Oh, well.
Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go home?
Grandma's going out like a boss.
The
She was like...
grown-ups have to argue now.
The
I'm
grown-ups have
sorry,
to argue.
you're
Wow.
right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith,
What?
you're excused.
Okay. So Granny decided, screw that, I'm staying.
the power had been shut off that morning.
Oh,
but
okay.
Edie always had plenty of candles. When
Anything
my mom
to
said
make
the
it look
library,
creepy.
I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or
Oh.
that Edie had a key to it.
Well, I don't know if I've actually been in the library yet, so this is new. Hello? Okay.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
So Grandma believed in the curse and the mom didn't, and she thought that
We'll have
Grandma...
the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Damn! And she thought that Grandma was being so, like, ooga booga about these stories that she got all the kids interested in it, and that's how they all died, was by believing in this stuff. Interesting.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Oh.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Okay.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Okay. Why, because of all the
I've
fish?
seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
So, oh, okay, so since the tide
When the
was...
fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Since the tide was down, oh shit. Well, if we just keep going straight, we should be fine, right? But since the tide is...
got turned around.
Well, crap. That's gotta suck.
I started seeing things.
What? Oh, there's it, like the deer? But was that deer actually there, though? Because that's very possible. Well, I don't know. Maybe this was.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
What do you mean? Things you forgot existed.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Pieces from the house. Okay.
Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, clever. Okay. Open sesame, thank you.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Oh,
Mom,
shit.
you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Oh.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh, boy.
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
So that's when Edie died, somehow.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Okay, so how did your mom die then? Because obviously your mom didn't die in this house.
After that, we moved around a lot.
Considering you and her were the only ones left, and you left. So the only people that were left at the end of all this were Mom, and oh look, her hand is a dolphin.
The rest of it.
Uh-huh. That's an old YouTube reference
A
I
few
made
years
there.
went by.
It's kind of dated, actually. I don't know why I did that.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Ooh, yep,
The
that.
rest happened pretty quickly.
And that's how Dawn died. Okay, so we got both. Okay, so I didn't miss it. I should have known better anyways.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
So, cancer or something like that, I'm assuming.
And then I was alone.
The last Finch.
The last Finch left alive.
There I go, being all clairvoyant again.
Until I found out about you.
In my belly!
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Yeah, that's gonna suck trying to explain
If
this
we
to your
lived
kid.
forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Yeah.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh, this is the baby being
And I hope you'll
born.
never see it.
I bet you anything.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Wait, she died? How? Giving birth?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. That did not turn out the way I expected. 99 to 2017. So she did. She died giving birth to him, I guess. Man, that's some heavy shit. A story by Giant Sparrow. Well, that was... Oh, and it was dedicated to someone. So, there you have it. That was What Remains of Edith Finch. These must be pictures of all the creative directors and such when they were kids and whatnot. Like the cast and the crew and what have you. Everything ends. Yeah, that's true. Everything ends. Oh. The replay story option is now available. Okay. Alright, well. Replay a story. Oh, so I can go and replay any of those stories I so choose. Interesting. Alright, well, that was What Remains of Edith Finch. I hope you enjoyed it. So that's it for this game, and now the only thing I'll be playing on my channel, outside of Flashback Fridays, is Outlast 2, until I finish that, and then I'll be starting Little Nightmares, and so on. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you, possibly on another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye!